There's something magical about those Swedish summer days, where time seems to stretch and the sun barely dips below the horizon. It was one of those days when we decided to go on an adventure. We cleared our calendar, packed the boat, and headed out onto the lake.
Today is a very beautiful day with almost 30 degrees Celsius, and that is a perfect opportunity for us to go out on the lake. With us is my beautiful wife right in front of me, and she will be the reason that we catch something today. The last couple of times we were out on the lake and caught something, it was always a pike, so we're kind of over it. Would be nice to catch one or at least 2 to 3 nice bite-sized perches.
So the plan now is to go to some of our favorite fishing spots. We have a lot of cool spots where there are trees in the water and there's a lot of structure. So we hope that's where the fish are standing and waiting to bite. And I'm desperately hoping that the wind doesn't get stronger. It's very unpredictable on this lake because it's kind of a big lake, and sometimes we go out and everything looks fine and then suddenly we get this strong wind which makes it impossible to do anything. But it looks good today. It's an amazing summer day and I'm happy we're out on the lake.
Motorboats.
The good thing is there's never too many people out on this lake, except for the occasional motorboat and other fishermen, but it's not super crowded, even though it's summer holidays now in Sweden and it's a very nice day, so that's really cool. I think that's because there are thousands and thousands of lakes in Sweden and it just spreads out.
There is activity.
Really nice to be in the shade for a moment. It's the time of the year where the sun is really intense here. It's like 4 in the afternoon and the sun is way up high and it's really hot. Not that I'm complaining because it's awesome, but it's really intense. On this island right there.
Yeah. Right there.
That was his cue. There is a little family of fish hawk living in their nest. And they come back every spring and then they have their eggs there and their babies and then they hunt from there, and it's very cool to see. Every time we drive by we can watch them.
is almost 6 o'clock and we've been fishing for like an hour. Nothing really exciting happened until now, but I think it's time for a quick bathing session. That's what I'm talking about. The statement from before is wrong.
It's a lot of motorboats today.
More than we expected. A lot more than we expected. But it's around the holiday season in Sweden right now. And I guess everybody who owns a motorboat decided to go on the lake today. I mean,
It's fine, we can share.
yeah, and the weather is beautiful and we are also on the lake, so how can we be mad at someone who's doing exactly the same as we do?
This is such a unique spot here. It's an island in the middle of the lake and it's surrounded by this huge sand reef. It's very shallow water here and then it makes a deep drop again. And it's really cool for going swimming and just chilling in the warm water. It's like you're sitting in a bathtub.
Let's return to the most important thing in life, fishing. I don't know if you can see it, but right now it's almost 9 o'clock and the sun is still up for at least 2 more hours. Quite amazing, I think.
It's now the week after midsummer, which is the longest day of the year. But the lightness will stay for a couple more weeks. Basically the whole summer. It's so light at night and you have so much more time. Because when I think about the winter, then it's like already dark since 5 hours.
Yeah.
And now we can easily be out on the lake at 9 o'clock. And it's nice, even though we didn't catch anything yet, which is a bit disappointing. You don't have a guarantee for catching a fish.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the fun of it, but also the part that sucks.
At least we had a nice day, enjoyed it, enjoyed the company of each other,
The lake. And we got a fun day planned tomorrow as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So nothing is lost.
No! It was too small. It was too small anyway. Gädda. Ja. Lite. This was the first one who bit.
5 hours. We've done this now.
We only caught a little pike that day, which got off the hook. But to quote our favorite author, and so does the destination matter? Or is it the path we take? I declare that no accomplishment has substance nearly as great as the road used to achieve it. We are not creatures of destinations. It is the journey that shapes us. And so the next day, we loaded the car and headed out into the woods.
When your life's been put on hold for far too long, sorrow and despair is growing strong. There is always something good to be obtained from breaking loose and leave the things that kept you chained. So when you find the strength to really shed your skin, all you really need.
We are very positively surprised by the space we found for the night. And we are the only people, which is in my opinion the most important part when you go camping, because you want to enjoy nature and silence. Last year we found this app called Eremit app. It's a Swedish app and it has really changed our camping game, because it provides us with the best remote camping spots. The most beautiful ones, by a lake, in the forest, whatever you can imagine. And the best part of it is that it is landowners putting in their spots there. It's not for free, so you have to pay the people who own the land, because it's really special places and it's official. You don't feel bad that you're on somebody else's land. Everybody knows what you're doing, everybody's fine with it. You pay the people to maintain the place and you're all alone. So if you book a spot, then you know definitely I'm the only one in this place for the night, which is really cool. Maybe you might know this, but Sweden is very popular among campers, and that's because it's a big country, there's a lot of nature, and you can in some terms legally camp anywhere. It is okay and it is legal to set up a tent for a night somewhere in nature, nobody cares about that. But it has turned into people coming with caravans and like vans, setting up camp for a week in a remote place that isn't even their own. And that's not how it's supposed to be like, and many people who live here are annoyed by it because it takes over nature, they leave trash behind, and yeah, it's just not good to treat somebody else's land like it's your own without asking. So when we started camping in Sweden, we did the same thing. We just went on one of the popular apps like Park4Night. Yeah, looked for a spot, just went there. But we realized we'd actually rather have the permission of the landowner, pay them so that they maintain the space, everything is nice, and for the next person who wants to camp there, and everybody benefits from it. And those eremit places also come with certain luxuries, which is really nice and makes camping easier. Like today there is dry firewood supplied, and we could also rent a boat, and that's what we did, so that we didn't have to bring our own.
Want to go for a swim, baby?
Sure.
so hot and it's 7:30.
The sun is intense. The lake gives a quick relief, but only for a short moment.
Now that it's almost 9 o'clock, it's time for some dinner. And we brought some chicken breast and I think some sourdough baguette with some garlic butter. The water was so refreshing after that sunny hot day. And I think chicken breast and a little bit of bread is exactly the right thing to do now. So yeah, let's start with some fire and then some meat.
When the road is long and hard and without end, and you feel like nothing's waiting around the bend, all good things will always come to those who wait. If you hold on to your pride and stand up straight, so there is comfort to be found in living thin. And all you really need to do is search within. There's one way to walk this earth if you plan to come out alive. One step at a time with your head held high. So when you find the strength to reach.
Right now it's 9:45. The sun doesn't set for another 15-20 minutes. And then it really stretches out until it gets dark. So we probably have another hour or another hour and a half of daylight, which is crazy if you think about it, that you can sit outside at like 10 or 11 at night and it doesn't get dark. We're not all the way up in the north, we're more in the southern part of Sweden, so it does get dark at night still, but not pitch black. It's like always a little bit light. You can write in the comments when the sun sets at your place and where you live. It looks really delicious, I have to say. Really good.
Quite simple and quite basic, but I think this, what's it? Mango chili sauce peps it up a little bit.
And also the phenomenon with camping is that everything tastes better when you're in nature. You can just eat plain old noodles with the tomato sauce and it tastes like a
Heaven.
5-star meal.
Yeah, like heaven.
So this is gonna be delicious. I was thinking about doing a series on the YouTube channel in our videos where it's like books I read when we go fishing, because I always read in the boat in between. But then I realized it would just be Brandon Sanderson books over and over and over again.
Which is good because Brandon Sanderson is
Yeah.
Is Taylor
Taylor Swift
Taylor
of
Swift of-
fantasy writing.
Yeah, exactly.
Alex introduced me, and I have read the Mistborn trilogy,
Yeah.
if you're into this kind of stuff. And I have read The Way of Kings. And now I'm reading Warbreaker. And it's a little bit like watching Marvel movies. You have to read the books in a certain order. You can just start somewhere and then read another one.
Well, you can, but
You can, but then you don't get the whole gist of what this is all about.
yeah.
I love this book. If you want me to do
A review?
a commentary and reviews on the Brandon Sanderson books I'm reading, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to share it with you. First bite.
Here. Try. Mmm.
As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow across the quiet campsite, we gathered around the crackling campfire, guitar in hand, and let our own melodies fill the night air.
Oh, the gold rush, a fever that burns in the rush for riches. Lessons were learned from every corner. They came from afar, seeking their fortune beneath the northern star. Seeking their fortune beneath the northern star.
If you haven't had the chance to listen to our music, take a moment to find us on Spotify. The link is right there in the description. And stay tuned, because we've got another song coming your way this summer.
Oh, the gold rush, a fever that burns in the rush for riches. Lessons were learned from every corner. They came from afar, seeking their fortune beneath the northern star. Seeking their